Good morning, everybody. In response to some emails and messages that asked for a short yoga video, I am honored to provide that this morning. So instead of doing the deep breathing piece first and then the yoga, if you would like to start, and I recommend starting with the deep breathing video and then going into this yoga, but I want to keep the videos short so they'll upload to YouTube easily. So what we'll do is find a grounded seat that's comfortable for you. So for many of us, sitting cross-legged is okay. For many of us, it's not. So you can add a pillow or some sort of cushion under your bum, which allows the knees to go a little bit lower. It's nice for them to be below the hips. If that's not enough, you can add another, going up as high as you need to go to where this feels slightly comfortable. Maybe your knees don't allow this, so it's totally okay to have your legs out in front of you. It's also okay to sit in a chair. So however your grounded seat looks, you'll connect your sitting bones, lengthen your spine, let the shoulders come up to the ears, around and down onto the back, allowing the chest to open and the collarbones to widen. And make sure you're connected with the breath. So the eyes are soft and the jaw is soft. We're connecting, noticing the bones that are grounding us down, the chair or the earth that's holding us up, and then we're lengthening our spine towards the sky. And we're breathing, expanding the lungs fully. So it's a state of relaxed alertness. So we're doing a lot here. And really just connecting with our bodies and the moment. So from here, we'll do some range of motion of the neck. So right ear gently goes towards the right shoulder for a big breath. And left ear towards the left shoulder. Chin down towards the chest, opening the back of the cervical spine for a breath. And forehead towards the sky, opening the front of the throat for a big deep breath. Bringing the chin back down towards the chest, you can do some semicircles, so rolling from one side to the other. It's not recommended to go all the way around anymore. A little too much pressure on those cervical nerves. So noticing how that feels. Where do you feel the tension? Everywhere. And really letting those muscles, they say breathe into the muscles and the ligaments. So sending the breath there, kind of visually or energetically to coax the gently coax the muscles and ligaments and tendons to relax. Coming back up to neutral, we'll inhale our arms up and exhale, the right arm comes down, the left arm lengthens, and we do a little side stretch. So keeping the hips grounded wherever they are and breathing into that space you're creating on the left side of your body. Big breath in there. And we'll go straight to the other side. So on an inhale and lengthening all the way to the other side. I can picture an accordion, right? So one side of the ribs are compressed and the other side opening and widening. Coming back to neutral, we'll inhale our arms up again This time taking a little twist to the right. So the back hand is your kickstand, the spine is tall and straight, and the left hand is on the right thigh as a gentle, prying motion. So turning the head even, so you can visualize from the tailbone all the way up to the tip of your head. You've got a gentle twist, wringing out any tension, and untwisting. Inhaling the arms up again, this time twisting to the left. The back hand is just a kickstand, there's not a lot of weight on it. But inhaling and lengthening, exhaling and twisting. If something doesn't feel good, it's your body and you know your body, so always just listening and backing off. Yoga is not a competition and everyone is unique, so doing whatever you need to do to make it a comfortable, gentle stretch, but never pinching, pulling pain. So walking the hands gently forward and opening up the back. So you can keep the back rounded and let the vertebrae spread apart, breathing into that space in the back. For some of us, this is a lot on our inner thighs and hips, so maybe we're just staying right here and rounding the back a little bit. So breathing into whatever version feels like enough for you. And then walking the hands back all the way behind you. The fingers can be pointing away or to side, or the fingers could be pointing behind you. So depending on what your shoulders feel like this morning. But the chest is wide and open. So feeling the pectoral muscles stretch, the shoulders be on the back. Just maybe the forehead towards the sky, chin lifted. Really breathing into that heart space, that space that we keep protected in all of our different hunched positions, driving, computering, caring for others. So really doing the opposite, letting the chest be open, wide, vulnerable. And then from here, walking the hands back up to neutral. You stay right where you are, but I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this trick we can do. So walking the hands forward again. We're coming to a hands and knees position, so if this doesn't seem like a good idea for you, get to hands and knees however is comfortable. But the tricky way is to come up on your knees and then untangle your feet so that you are in what they call table position. So the hands are under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips, the back is straight. And to protect the wrists, you really press through the fingers so you can almost fit your fingers under your palm. You're using your knuckles and your fingers to press and grip into the ground. If your knees bother you, you can use a pillow or fold up your mat, or just find a more comfortable place like on a rug or something. I'm on a rug and a double mat. And from here, we can wake up our spine a little more by doing some cats and cows. So in a cow, you let the belly sink and the head and tail rise as you inhale. And the cat is arching the back and tucking the head and tail as you exhale. So at your own pace, this is an exaggerated movement of flexion and extension of the spine. Connecting it with the breath. So when the belly goes down, you inhale. And when the back arches, you exhale. And just really noticing, you can feel the hips in the hip socket too. giving some good range of motion, the shoulders. Coming back to neutral here, you can walk the hands gently towards the knees and pause here with the toes tucked under for a gentle or not so gentle toe stretch, right? So our toes are always gripping down. So right now we are stretching them in the opposite way. It gets easier, but the first few times you do this, it can be quite a wake up, right? Backing off if it's not comfortable. And then from here, you can use your hands to push and shift your weight very gently onto the balls of your feet, keeping your belly attached to your thighs and letting the top of your head come down. We're coming into a standing forward fold. So very gently lifting the tail, letting the head come down. Keeping the knees bent is absolutely fine. So the crown of the head is drifting towards the earth. And so the spine is lengthening. This is an inverted position. You can shake the head no to negativity and yes to positivity. And from here, very gently, as you're breathing, ground through the feet, press through the legs, and roll up like a rag doll, one vertebrae at a time, until you're in a standing position. And I think we'll end there. That was part one. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. Namaste.